China launched its Chang'e 6 spacecraft to the far side of the moon on May 3rd, and scientists still don't fully understand why one side of the moon always faces Earth. And it's a huge question within the scientific community. And then some people say it's due to tidal locking, but a lot of scientists still aren't satisfied with that explanation. So, since the far side of the moon always faces away from Earth, this poses a whole lot of technological difficulties. So, basically, what scientists plan to do is that they plan to send a relay satellite into the orbit of the moon in order to provide communications to the spacecraft and then back to Earth. So, definitely a very fascinating development in regards to research and analysis on the far side of the moon. And then China also plans sending astronauts to the moon by 2025. And they also plan on building a research station with Russia too, as well, by 2035. And NASA has said that its Artemis mission plans to send astronauts to the moon too, as well, by 2025. And the USA also plans on building a research station on the moon too, as well. And NASA has always emphasized the importance of beating China within this new era of moon exploration. And China has always emphasized that they oppose the weaponization of space, and they've always accused the United States of always trying to hamper their peaceful use. But there is a whole lot of concern, especially with US policymakers, in regards to the fact that there is a possibility that China could actually monopolize the resources on the moon and basically claim certain sections for themselves due to resources. So, this is a potential threat not only from the Chinese, but also from Americans too, as well. And the far side of the moon is completely different than the near side. So, in 1958, the Soviet Union sent a probe over the dark side of the moon, and they sent the first images back to humanity, and it really shook and shocked the whole scientific community. So, the dark side of the moon has a completely different hemisphere. So, it has more craters, the crust is a lot thicker, and then also it has a rougher landscape. And there's also a lack of ancient lava deposits. So, with this lack of ancient lava deposits on the far side of the moon, this means that scientists can really get beneath that crust and analyze the moon samples to really understand how old the moon is. And according to the Great Impact Hypothesis, it's said that the moon was formed when a planet the size of Mars collided with the Earth, and basically this sent the debris into the orbit of Earth, and basically all of this debris collected within the orbit of Earth and basically formed the moon. So, definitely a very fascinating concept. And one thing that you also have to consider too, as well, is that China was excluded from the International Space Station. So basically, they created their own station called Tiangong. And recently, within a few weeks ago, they sent a crewed spacecraft of about 3 people along with a zebrafish. And bringing this zebrafish along was basically an experiment to see how long a large enclosed ecosystem can last in space. So, definitely some very fascinating developments in regards to the new frontier of moon exploration. But there are some consequences. It's definitely a gray area. There's a whole lot of unknowns when it comes to colonizing the moon. And of course, China has always said that they oppose to the weaponization of space. It's going to be very interesting. The moon may turn out to be a lot older than what we previously thought. And there's a whole lot of conspiracy theories too, as far as what's exactly on the other side of the moon. A lot of people say that there's alien bases. A few years ago, China actually mapped, some mysterious underground structures within the dark side of the moon too. If you really go down the rabbit hole, there are a lot of good reasons for why a species would want to have the moon only facing one side. And that's so that they can really spy on us and really analyze what's going down on Earth while being discreet. So let's hope this doesn't cause, like any type of intergalactical conflict or confrontation between Earth and maybe like an unknown species that's colonizing the moon. And a lot of scientists truly believe that the moon is empty. Okay. And then one of the main reasons for this was due to the fact that a comet actually crashed into the moon. And what scientists heard was like a ringing sound. So this let scientists know that there could be a potential that the moon could be hollow, because there's no reason why a comet should crash into the moon and then make a ringing sound. So definitely a very interesting perspective and topic in regards to the new era of moon exploration. But thank you so much for listening to the one and only Twilight Mysteries. Thank you.